Hey everybody, Alex here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of 2 Weeks, 1 Shot, a tabletop RPG variety podcast. It's episode 3 of season 2, and the mysterious disappearance of the elder and younger Helms continues. This time, the Darling Detective Agency finds themselves investigating a seedy bar. No surprise that Brian feels right at home. Make sure to stick around for the episode mid-break as we have some really exciting announcements that I'd love to share with you. Okay, on to the adventure.
Previously on 2 Weeks, 1 Shot.
Smells like outside.
Outside?
Like somebody came in here after they got their shoes all damp or something on the grass.
You notice that there's a stain on the ceiling above your head.
Would I be able to discern? Does that look like it's where the bathroom is?
I'm gonna roll in athletics. I'm gonna start kicking the walls.
You just kick the brick wall as hard as you can, and you hear like a...
My old war wound.
You begin to be able to read what appears to be words on this window.
Damn, I'm good.
What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Montgomery.
Yes, that was back in the day. His enemy died. Montgomery died.
To the backyard!
Oh, never mind. Scratch the neighbors. We need to follow that trail. I spy it with my homeowners association trained eyes.
I got an idea. I think the best place to go to would be the Junkyard. You all journey throughout the city, passing by building after building, going down the long road. By the time you get there, it's mid-afternoon, and you finally make it to the heap of scrap that is the Junkyard. Piles and piles all over the place. It was most definitely a collection of goods that no one would ever want, not anymore. Within there was the bar. Somewhere in all this junk. You do notice that as you approach there seem to be 4 different piles of garbage. On each pile is a clock. A cuckoo clock, a regular wall clock, a grandfather clock, and a tabletop clock. And next to each clock, markings. Which one would you like to take a look at first?
Neither. I don't give a fuck about clocks. I'm making my own decisions. I'm walking to the bar. No, I'm kidding.
This is how we get in. I don't really remember the password, so we're gonna have to figure it out, but
The grandfather clock!
good enough. Yeah, let's start with the grandfather clock.
Yeah.
That's what I said!
Okay.
Yeah. We should all do it as a group, as a single unit of people.
You take a look at the grandfather clock, and you see that the clock is pointing up, and there seems to be 3 symbols etched in there. A axe, a sword, and a quiver of arrows.
Interesting. They seem to be weapons.
This puzzle wasn't in Resident Evil. Okay, let's look at the cuckoo clock.
All right. Remember in Bioshock we had to do that weird mini game where you have to like connect the tubes
Oh yeah, hacking.
all the time? Yeah, the hacking. You gotta do that so fucking much. Oh, God.
Why don't you have that in this game?
Yeah, can we just do that?
Get the hacking game. Don't do this stupid game. All right, you take a look at the clock.
All right, cuckoo clock.
And this one just has one hand on 4 minutes after 2. And there are 2 quivers and a sword.
Let's take a look at the other 2.
You take a look at the other 2. Mm-hmm. The table clock has the minute hand at 2 minutes after 4, and the symbols are 2 quivers and 1 axe etched on it. And then the last one is the regular wall clock with the hand squarely over the 6, and there's 3 axes etched onto it.
Okay.
For the sake of our listeners at home, as well as potentially for us, does the number of arrows in each quiver matter for this? Because I am noticing on our display that there are different arrow numbers in each quiver. Obviously, our listeners would not see such a thing. Does that have any bearing on this? And should it be then described to them?
Only one way to find out.
So that's a yes.
Each quiver of arrows seems to have a different number of arrow in it.
A different number of arrows in it? Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
All right.
I asked the clocks if any of them have seen my daughter.
The clocks do not move. They do not respond.
Table clocks are so stupid, they just take up space.
What happens if I move the clock hand on one of them?
Which one are you moving?
The grandfather clock.
To where? What position?
I'm gonna move it to 6.
Interesting.
Okay. You move it to 6, and then all of a sudden you hear like a gong go off. It's not so much like a regular gong, it's continuous.
The gong works.
And Alex, let's see here. Ooh. And
That was a good ooh, right?
that was a bad. Immediately right past you, an arrow flies, narrowly missing you. But then another arrow strikes you perfectly. It, in fact, is a natural 20 that I rolled here.
You're doing so well.
I'm dead now.
And you die.
You are not dead, but you do indeed take 9 damage. And you see 2 figures emerge from behind the piles of garbage who have been skulking, hiding. One is nearby, and the other one is farther away. Both of which are now watching you.
I'm like clutching the arrow. Did being shot have to do with the clocks or with these men? Oh, God. Were the 2 events connected? Oh, Jesus.
So many questions.
I'm thinking it might be a little of both.
I have struck it a deadly blow.
You're fine, but we should deal with these 2.
I pull open my raincoat that I would classically wear to reveal my collection of at least 6 hand crossbows strapped to my body. And I grab 2, and I load them with my thumbs because I'm really good at loading them. And I sit there and prepare, and I face the dudes who may or may not have shot my friend, or may perhaps have just coincidentally walked up as we were messing with the clocks.
It's so hard to tell.
Peering over, you can see 2 large, prominent mountains of utter garbage. On them, atop them, are 2 rogues aiming directly towards you. One of them has just fired at the man of 101 faces.
Trusty Jeff! I'm dying!
Good God.
You're fine.
Go ahead and roll for initiative.
All right.
Old-fashioned rolling, I forgot, right?
19.
19.
I got a 23.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Sounds like you made that up.
I did. No, I didn't. It's a 10.
10.
I got a 17.
All right, 17.
I'm going to use it to stab people.
Wow. All right, Lu Fang, you're up.
All right. Lou sees that his buddy has just been shot
Best friend!
and sees these 2. Sees that his acquaintance and his work partner has just been shot, and notices, they've got these two guys up on the mountains here, on the hills of junk and rubbish and everything. Now, Lou, having been a criminal in the past, he doesn't happen to recognize either of these 2 fellows, does he?
Roll a d20, por favor.
Okay.
Add your perception to it.
All right. That helps somewhat. That is a total of 21.
Nice. You, in fact, do recognize them. One of them is called Siskel, and the other one is called Ebert.
Ah, okay. I wonder where these names could come from.
They sound very evil.
Terribly evil.
So Lou is gonna first sort of step up, and he has his sword at his side, but he doesn't draw it just yet because he notices who these 2 are, and he steps forward and he calls out to them, "Hey, Siskel, Ebert, what are you doing? We're trying to come in. We're here on business, and you start popping up, firing off arrows. Just shoot first, ask questions later. Come on, is this how we're running things these days?
You see the slender of the two men look at you very carefully. Lu Fang? Lu Fang, is that you? Oh, great! Hey, Ebert! Ebert, lower the weapon! What was that? I said, lower the weapon! That's Lu Fang down there! Oh, hey, Lou! How you doing?
Hey, Ebes. Lou nudges the others and says, I told you I could get us in here, no problem. Don't worry about it.
At that moment, Siskel comes down, and he does like a secret handshake that only thieves would know, where your fingers twiddle, your thumbs interlock, and there's like a strange sensation at your wrist that could be akin to a rub or a slight hand cuddle. So, you were playing with the clocks, is that what was going on?
Well, we were trying to get in here, and I didn't know if... Seems like they probably changed the passcode since the last time I came by. It's been a while,
Yeah, I hear you. It's just I'm supposed to basically be taking care of the place against suspicious characters like, well, your friends here.
Suspicious? Us?
There's nothing sus about us, sir.
That seems like a little bit of a stretch. We were in electrical doing tasks the whole time, so...
Hey, isn't that Grow Tank Neeson? Oh, hey, Ebert!
Oh no.
It's Grow Tank Neeson over here!
I hate when people recognize me.
You was in that, what was that name of that one movie?
Star Wars.
Crawl.
It was a Christmas...
Taken 3.
Christmas cactus? No.
There was that very touching movie I did with the football player, and it was snowing in Philadelphia. Love Actually.
You were dressed as a Santa Claus.
I never actually saw the movie. Was I dressed as a Santa Claus? Yes, I was dressed as a Santa Claus.
Dark time in his career.
Yes, I don't like to think back on those days.
Yeah, I watched the trailer.
It was when my daughter was with me, though.
Oh, that's a really moving tale. You lost a daughter, did you?
Yes, and I've been looking for her ever since.
Don't ask him about the daughter.
Do you know where my daughter is?
Don't start this.
I know where a lot of daughters are. No, I don't. That's a lie. I'm just bragging. I'm really impressed by you, Mr. Neeson. Can I just shake your hand with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Ebert! I'm shaking his hand! Way to go.
I hate when people scream while they're touching me.
So what? You want to do this? You want to go in? You want to fight? Really? I'm on the clock, so I get paid either way. I don't really care. It's up to you guys.
Should we fight them?
Surely you have heard of me, Trusty Jeff, the man of 101
faces. Yes.
So it's really weird how you all do that in unison, at the same time. It's not entirely coordinated, but I respect the effort, I guess.
You shot me, you son of a bitch!
Well, you were standing in front of the clock. What are you doing playing with the clock hands?
How do you know what I put on the clock and how that warrants a shooting?
Are you kidding me? I'm standing out here on top of a pile of garbage all day only looking at the clock, okay? I'm just looking at that clock, and the moment anyone does other than what the right number is, I shoot them in the head. That's my job. That's what I get paid to do.
I cannot speak to your life choices, but you son of a bitch, I hurt.
And I did my job.
I think you missed.
It seems like you made a good choice, honestly. It seems like a solid, position for a guy to have.
Yeah, do you know that I get health care? I also get a 401k, so there's retirement benefits. And it's not bad. You don't do a lot of walking. You just sort of sit down. You see that umbrella, that tattered umbrella down on top of the pile of garbage up there?
Yes.
That's me. I'm right under it.
That's a new umbrella, isn't it, since last time?
Yes, it is multicolored.
We've been working all day, and I don't think we've been paid at all. This is horrible.
You haven't gotten paid? Oi, I'm on salary.
Well, why aren't we getting benefits?
Now, hold on. The 401k you mentioned, is that replacing the old, company share scheme they had set up, or is that in addition?
Yeah. They no longer did that.
Okay.
They tried opting us for a Roth IRA, which is fine, all that, but there's no matching.
No, that doesn't seem like a good way to go about it from me.
Not at all. I'm not buying the house.
No. Definitely a better option is the... Anyway, Siskel, I think what we're getting at here is my buddy here is very upset that you shot him, but to be fair, on the other end, that's his job. He's, the guard for the place.
My job is not to get shot.
What it comes down to for me is if it's up to you either way, I mean, if we're looking for a fight, then I'm up for a fight.
No. Listen, boys.
If nobody wants to fight, then I'd say let's just skip the fight and move to the getting into the speakeasy.
Yeah.
I move we get into the speakeasy.
If you vouch for these clowns, I'll let you.
Yeah, I'll vouch for him.
Do you vouch for us, do you?
Against perhaps my better judgment, I will.
But I rolled for initiative. I demand blood.
Do you want to give me a good whack? You can give me one solid whack.
All right, I'll tell you what. You see my shoulder right here? Sombrero man?
Yes.
Go ahead and hit my shoulder as hard as you can. You get a freebie.
Oh no, he's rolling for it. He's rolling for it, everybody.
I roll an unarmed attack.
Oh, he's
That is
trying.
a 14.
Oh no, he's gonna miss.
He swings as hard as he can and just lightly grazes Siskel's shirt. Ever so close, but not close enough. Oof.
That was just a preview of next time.
I'll keep that in mind. So let me just open up the clock. He goes over to the grandfather clock. He turns the arms and the hands and sets them. And then you see the clock slowly open.
Wow.
Revealing what seems to be a tunnel. And you can hear the sound of sweet music coming from the inside.
I hear sweet music.
Excellent. Let's go in.
Thanks for getting us the in, Siskel. I'll put down a gold for the tab for you.
All right.
Have a drink on me.
I like it. I'll be having one tonight, I'll tell you that. No 401ks. Suckers. So on that note, we all decided to go inside the tunnel. The tunnel was a little...
So on that note, boss, can we get a 401k?
Listen, boys, we can talk 401ks and retirement plans later. We gotta go into this entrance for the speakeasy. There's a baby and
Screw the campaign.
a baby and a Shylock that needs us.
We gotta unionize.
Fair enough. Whatever the case, that, friends, is how we use a background feature to get out of both a fight and a puzzle that we couldn't solve.
No, we could have done it. We could have done it maybe one day.
As we walked through the tunnel, I had doubts that they could have done it. I'm pretty confident they couldn't have done it. But regardless, we got in, and that's all that matters. Finally, when we reached the end, we noticed a very small speakeasy. The roof, the floor, the walls was all made out of scrap. On the left was a bar with a big-eared barkeep, a table with some gamblers, 3 small tables concentrically arranged around a tiny stage. The lounge singer was finishing her set. Grotank, give me a roll for perception.
Well, Grotank looks around the room and he tries to perceive things. He does it poorly because he's so full of rage and distractions. He rolls an 8 plus 7, 15.
I noticed Grotank staring at the auburn-haired singer as she finished the final note of her song. Their eyes met, locking in deeply. It seemed like he recalled who this woman was as he stared into those emerald irises. His mouth dropped open and he said,
It's Kim, my daughter. Oh my god, it's my daughter! Oh, I wasn't expecting this.
Wow, I guess it wasn't just like a character bit. He legit had a daughter he's been searching for? Okay, announcement time. Announcement number 1. This Sunday, March 27th, our pal Tavernaut is hosting a charity stream fundraising for the Transgender Education Network in Texas that Brian and I are actually participating in. The stream is going to feature a variety of games like Caltrop Core, Blades in the Dark, Fiasco, and some D&D goodness. All the fun starts at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll provide a link in the episode description to the full timeline of shows, along with specifics about which games Brian and I will be playing in. Make sure to tune in at twitch.tv/Tavernaut. That's twitch.tv/Tavernaut. TAVERNAUT. If you'd like to support the Transgender Education Network in Texas through the stream, there is merch available at giftshop.tavernaut.tv. Again, we'll include a link to it in the episode description. Shipping is available to Europe and the US, and all profits go to the Transgender Education Network in Texas. You can also contribute during the stream and participate in some amazing giveaways and unlockable stretch goals. We hope to see you there. Announcement number 2. We're going to be trying something a little different here in the next few weeks with a show we'll be premiering called Two's Talks, where John, Harold, Brian, and I just kind of shoot the breeze about, I don't know, just whatever. Think of it as like a 30-minute version of that initial chaos we start each adventure out with. The idea is still kind of new and we're figuring it out, but we'd love for you to check it out and let us know what you think. Episodes will premiere in the weeks between regular Tuescast episodes, so there'll be no interruption of our regularly scheduled adventures. You just kind of get more of us now on a weekly basis. I'm working on editing a few of these episodes right now, so tentatively you can expect to start seeing these next week on Tuesday, March 29. Hey, that's the day after my birthday. Anyway, let's do some Tuescast housekeeping. First, thank you to rolemusic for providing our awesome intro song titled The River. Also to Kevin MacLeod for the songs I Knew a Guy, Faster Does It, Ultralounge, Semi-Funk, and Intractable, which are played throughout the episode. And to the contributors at freesound.org for all the sound effects and ambient noises you're hearing throughout the episode. Be sure to check the show notes for more info and links to all the music in the episode. If you'd like to support our show, you can visit patreon.com/twoscast, and for just $2 a month, you can help us towards our goal of hiring an editor and freeing me from this hell. For more of us here at Twoscast, check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Twoscast, that's TWOS cast, and use hashtag Twoscast to say hello. To hear the show, head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or Google Podcasts. If you're listening on Spotify or Podbean, follow us to be notified when episodes come out. And hey, while you're at it, go ahead and rate our podcast on Spotify or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We don't advertise the show at all right now, so positive ratings and word of mouth are our most powerful tools to help the show grow. So any and all support is greatly appreciated. We're actually going to be taking a small detour from the Case of the Empty Cradle next episode and play a little game called Big Mother Effin' Crab Truckers on April 5th. It's pretty wild, y'all. Don't worry though, we'll be coming back to the Case of the Empty Cradle soon enough, so we won't leave you on pins and needles for too long. Okay, back to this daughter business. He has a daughter. Wow. Like an actual daughter. Wow.
Is anyone else surprised he actually has daughters? I am.
All right, Mr. Wolf, here's your 2 gold. You win.
Lou here always thought it was some sort of phantom menace.
Hey, I always fantasize about this day, but I never really imagined it. Oh, she's singing now, in this moment. She's singing. She's singing.
No, she just finished singing.
Oh, she's just singing. Wow.
And as she finishes that final note, the audience applauds.
Is that a Ferengi?
The audience applauds.
There's a lot happening in the crowd here, I gotta say.
Sorry, guys who are listening to this, he put a fucking Ferengi face.
Yeah, once again, it's a shame that this is not a visual format.
The bartender is Cork.
Okay, that's fine.
Frank, give me a summary of what we're seeing here on Roll20 for the listeners.
Well, it's a bar.
Oh, you're right, it is.
Tasteful bar.
There's so much.
A tasteful bar with a set of tables concentrically arranged around the stage. On the stage is a purple-haired, auburn hair, shall we say, singer. There is a band of goblins right next to her. One of the tables seems to be occupied by a small goblin wearing a sack. There's a gambling table, and then behind the bar is a big-eared bartender, as I said before.
Okay.
I wonder if the goblin in the sax name rhymes with hobby.
Oh, my lord.
So, at this moment, the audience begins applauding, and she places the mic back onto the stand and walks through a door in the back, and the door closes.
That was my daughter. How could it be that she's here of all places? I must find her.
Okay, but I feel the need to check. Is that actually your daughter, or are you just making this up, and are you going to go kidnap that young woman?
Damn it, man, you think I wouldn't be looking for her for all this time, all these years, and not be able to recognize her, even though I live in a time and a place where perhaps there aren't really any sort of examples of photography, except for that one portrait we saw, which I guess was really more of a painting.
Fair enough. Mr. Wolf, one more gold for our bet. Settled up. I'm gonna go to the bar and see if I can't find out some info.
I shall accompany you.
Neeson, you do what you have to do.
I'm gonna beeline to the back room, to the door in the back.
Okay, all right. So we'll go first with Lu Fang and Hobson. You all approach the bartender who's cleaning some glasses, and he goes, "All right, welcome to the Time's Up. What can I get you?"
Do you have any beers? I seem to have come into some gold.
Hold on, Mr. Wolf. I'll say that again in a minute. Lou picks him up and puts him in a chair.
Oh, there you are. I couldn't see you behind the bar there. I was wondering where that voice was coming from.
Yes, thank you.
Now, this is what I got. I got slog for 1 gold piece, barley juice for 20, Uva drink for 100, and MacLeod single mark 30-year hooch for 500. What's it gonna be?
Man, fuck this bar. How expensive is this shit?
The slog shall be fine. I actually have a taste for it.
The slog?
Yes.
Great. Another cheapskate. Bar's gonna go out of business at this rate. He starts cleaning a glass, filling it up with basically swill at the bottom of a basin that he has back there. Should've listened to my cousin, Kayla. She said, "Cork, I got one word for you. Weapons." But did I take her advice? No. And why not? 'Cause I'm a people person. I like interactions. He puts the beer in front of you.
Hard times the bar?
Should have been a weapons merchant.
No, weapons merchant. They don't want to talk. They just go, "Where's the merchandise?" No questions. My natural charms is wasted.
Perhaps you could be a middleman. Set up the deals in the first place. You don't have to deal with the actual exchanges.
Nah. I like the people. I like being around them. If it wasn't for people, I wouldn't have anything to complain about. What about you, big guy? What do you want?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I just lost, I gotta put 1 gold down for, Siskel up top. So when he comes down for a drink later on, use this to pay for his first one.
Are you kidding me? This? You're gonna buy him slog? You're gonna kill him? Do you know what slog's made out of? Jeez, it's the remainder of all the other drinks at the end of the night. I just poured into a barrel.
Hobson has already finished his slog.
I think slog may be the purest and best drink that this establishment has ever offered. Moving beyond that, what we're really looking for is information.
All right.
You got a lot of gnomes come in here, mister?
Maybe.
He's snarky.
I'm gonna need a yes or a no, and a number would be very good as well.
You know what? I'm gonna need a gold and a number. Would be very good. Unless there's some other valuable service you can provide me.
Is this guy still, close to the bar?
Yeah,
Can I attempt an intimidation on him?
Sure.
With a little bit of flavor?
sure.
All right. First off, let me roll my intimidation to see how good it is. Hopefully it's good. That's not very good. It's a 13. Hey, Hobson, do you want to maybe help me out here and give me advantage?
You can't do it retroactively.
Ah, damn it.
What are you trying to do? Intimidate me? Come on. You know who walks in here on a daily basis? The scum of the scum. The worst of the worst. People like your mother.
What service I can provide you is the service of making sure all your knuckles and joints are still in one piece at the end of the night when I walk out of here.
Ooh, tough guy, tough guy. I'll tell you what. My singer just left. I gotta keep the paying customers entertained. How about you go up there and you sing us a little song? The band knows 3 songs. They know Ain't We Got Fun, Ragtime, and Ain't We Got Fun.
Reprise?
No, it's the original.
Fair enough. Any of those happen to be instrumentals?
No, none of them. They all got words. But don't you worry. I got my #1 man over there, Gobby. He's holding cue cards for yous.
Mr. Hobson, are we really gonna have to do this?
He didn't ask me. I slammed down another coin for another slot.
Oh boy, you really got some deep-seated self-hatred, don't you, kid?
And 1 more for you. And I'll give him the 3rd gold coin.
Thanks. I'll buy me some bubble gum later. He pours you another glass, fills it with the remainder of what was in that basin. The color's even different this time.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but let me go see if Trusty Jeff or Mr. Neeson would be able to help us out here.
All right. You come back here when you got a moment. So let's cut on over to Grotank. Grotank, you've raced over to the
I've raced.
to the door, where your daughter is at.
I check the door right away. I grab it, grab the knob, and I twist and I push.
Okay.
Is it a pull? I pull.
It is locked.
Damn. I pound a bit on the door.
Yes? Changing.
What's my daughter's name? What's my daughter's name?
I was waiting for this moment.
I believe earlier it was mentioned as being Kim.
What?
Kim Neeson.
Oh.
I think that's what was said.
Did he say Kim?
I think so.
Esmeralda!
I thought he said Kim.
It's Esmeralda. I recognized you, Esmeralda. Don't you Esmeralda.
What?
Don't you recognize my voice?
I'm sorry, there's no Esmeralda. Who is this?
Why, it's the man who raised you when you were young, bathed you when you were hurt, put you to bed after Mommy died.
My stepdad?
Well,
Kevin?
complicated. Whoa, stepdad. No, I don't believe she was married before me, and you're definitely my child. Yes. I feel like I'm turning into a pirate as I get more confused. Continue.
The door starts to unlock and it opens slightly. And you see those emerald eyes looking back at you. The door fully swings open. Dad?
Hello, Buttercup.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here? I've been looking for you for years. Where you been?
Dad, I told you, like every other time, I was never kidnapped.
You were taken.
I ran away. Like all my sisters, we all ran away. Oh, God, Dad, you drive me insane.
I killed so many men to find you.
Always with the kidnapping. In 6th grade, when I went on a class field trip, you thought I was kidnapped. When I went to prom with Jimmy Marmalade, kidnapped. When you took me to look at colleges, kidnapped. Well, I'm not kidnapped, Dad. I left.
We were kidnapped together on that trip, I believe. We were both trapped there.
I left like Mom left, like Grandma left. Left.
Grandma left? No.
Yes.
You were taken. I saw it all happen. I was there. Was it me?
Dad, I left you a note on the fridge.
No.
Yes.
You did?
Yes, under the little carrot magnet.
This explains why I might be a terrible detective. No, that can't be right. Somebody must have done something to your mind. After all, why would you be here of all places in this seedy establishment?
Because I left to become a singer, Dad, because you didn't support my career, because you didn't believe in me. But I can sing, Dad.
At the edge of the stage, Lu Fang drops his raised finger and says, "You know, this sounds like a private family affair. I'm going to go ask Trusty Jeff. You take all the time you need."
Perhaps we can sell this as a drama.
Stay out of it. I'm not sure if I can take this existential conflict. I could have sworn. All those years.
No, Dad. No, Dad.
Those men I killed. They all led me to believe.
Yes, maybe you killed them all, but they had nothing to do with us. Dad, you're overbearing.
But I found clues. I found tracks. I tracked you through the woods for 3 days. Alone in the darkness.
Because I was running away from you, Dad. I was running away from you. You don't believe me? Where are my sisters right now?
In this bag of holding.
That's right. You don't have them back home. You literally keep them in a bag that holds infinity in it, and you carry it around on you.
Well, it's very spacious.
What do? Open it up and throw seeds in there to feed them, Dad?
No, they grow their own food now.
You're overbearing, overprotective, and it's a little creepy, Dad.
All I've ever wanted was to keep you safe.
From you? Who's gonna keep me safe from you? With that, she closes the door in your face.
I am demolished. I have to say, I am perplexed by this conundrum. Wow.
Trusty Jeff, you don't happen to know ragtime, do you?
He says ever so slyly. One eye still on the conversation Grotank was in.
One eye on Grotank's bag of holding, now questioning, does he actually have are there actually women in there? Does he actually have his daughter? Do we need to help them? Is that our job?
Is he the real villain?
Should we do something? I don't know anymore.
I don't know, I'm confused. Obviously. Here I am thinking I was driven and knew what I was doing in my life.
I'm going to deal with this one thing at a time, and right now that thing is whether he knows ragtime or the other one, the name of which I have already forgotten.
Ragtime or Ain't We Got Fun?
Lucky for you, I am also Trusty Jeff, the man of 101 talents. Yes, I do know ragtime.
It's actually two different. Oh no, it is the same one. Okay. For a moment, I thought you. So for those listening at home, Frank just posted YouTube links to the songs in question, listing it as 1, Ain't We Got Fun, 2, Ragtime, and 3, Ain't We Got Fun. And for a moment, I thought they were two different versions of Ain't We Got Fun, but no, it's the same link.
You hear Cork from behind the bar shout, "Yeah, they know it really well."
So I guess maybe if you know both of them, that's the one to go with, because they are probably more confident and will better make up for any lapse in talent on our own part as we sing.
I bet the song isn't trademarked either.
I hope that these are both in the public domain.
Fantastic.
I know every public domain song ever done.
Somehow I am utterly unsurprised by this.
So, what, they asked you to sing, or what's the deal?
Apparently the current singer, who may or may not be Mr. Neeson's daughter, who may or may not have run away from home rather than have been taken.
Yeah.
It's a whole family thing. I do not feel comfortable getting involved.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I'm not going to find out. Honestly, I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, and I don't even have one of those in my inventory. Heyo, dungeon jokes. Anyway, point being, the bartender wants us to sing for any information he has on our wayward gnome. So he is...
Let me stop you there. Was it he wants us to sing, or he wants you to sing?
He wants someone to sing. He put it to me, but I have a feeling this is more of an issue of he needs someone to do the singing. Now, I don't know if you have ever heard me sing. I know that I may sound like I have a lovely baritone happening here, but let me tell you, I am completely untrained. My natural charisma can only take me so far, and I'm hoping that someone in our party might have, shall you say, a higher proficiency in the art of performance than I do.
Wow.
I don't know.
I think that's me. Yeah. Well, for the team, I can certainly come out of retirement from my singing career. That's a yes.
All right, then please come and tell the bartender that this is something you can do.
All right, I'll go on over to the bartender.
You walk over to the bar, and there is Court cleaning the glasses. That's a very big hat you got there.
Thank you. Talent such as mine needs all the shade it can get. I hear you are in need of my beautiful voice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Listen, my talent apparently is having an argument with her father/kidnapper. I'm not really sure. I could hear it from here.
She might be in trouble.
Possibly. But in the meantime, I got these 4 customers up there that I gotta, keep in. And nothing keeps the customer in place like music.
It's a slow night.
No, are you kidding me? This is a packed night. At least I gotta keep the crowd in. It's been slow ever since this plague has been breaking out.
Wow, topical.
Dogs even getting in. God.
I thought they were your customers.
One of them paid 5 coins for a beer. Let's call it that. Let's go with that. Barley drink. Barley juice.
A Barkley drink. Anyway.
So you gonna sing or not?
Yes.
All right. That's great. So go on over to my man Gobby over there. He'll help you out with the cue cards. You just tell him what song you want to do, and he'll hold them for you. When you get up there, the Goblin Band will begin playing and sing your little heart out.
Do you have a book of music? A selection of lyrics? A songbook, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. We got a whole list of them. We got Ain't We Got Fun? Ragtime? Ain't We Got Fun? Ta-da!
I see what you did there. All right. So I speak to the royalty-free goblin in a sack over there?
Yeah, that's right. Gobby.
Totally inconspicuous!
I am already regretting all of the decisions I have made that brought us to this point.
We should kill those guys outside. Yeah, we really should have.
Do you go over to the sack goblin?
Yes.
Don't call him a sack goblin. That just sounds very unfortunate.
It's offensive.
Everything about this is uncomfortable.
So you approach him, and his head lifts off from the table. He had been resting his head on a pile of cue cards.
Oh, hello, sir. Such an honor it is. I am Gobby, the bar goblin. It will be my absolute pleasure to hold and move you through the cue cards this evening. What will you be singing? Ain't We Got Fun? Ragtime?
No, I heard this bit. Yes, ain't we got fun?
All right then, sir. Step on stage, and I will move the cue cards accordingly.
Gubby, could I ask, what are the benefits for holding these cue cards?
I don't get beaten.
Oh, well, that was a more depressing answer than I expected.
Life is depressing. More than I expected.
All right, then, music time.
Wow. Gobby.
Yikes.
This is no help for you, is there?
The 3 goblins at the set of instruments kind of look at you, and the excited one holding the guitar gives you a little nod, ready?
Follow me for the changes, boys.
All right, and a 1, and a 2, and a...
Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun? The rent's unpaid, dear, we haven't a car. But anyway, dear, we'll stay as we are. Even if we owe the grocer, don't we have fun? Tax collectors getting closer. Still we have fun. There's nothing super. The rich get rich and the poor get poorer. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Every morning, every evening, don't we got fun? Twins and cares, dear, come in pairs, dear, don't we have fun? We've only started as mama and pup. Are we downhearted? I'll say that we're not. Landlord's
And then,
mad.
all of a sudden, the lights go off inside the tavern. And from behind the dressing room door, we hear a...
Is that my daughter?
No, you're off key. It's Please, listen for the changes. All right, boys. 3, 2, 1.
You hear a bunch of scrambling. There's a bunch of like, get the light! Somebody get the light! The light comes back on. Somebody was out back. Was twiddling with the generators. That's peculiar. Everything here? Everything in place? I know I paid my bill.
I'll tell you what's missing. My conclusion.
I don't know, that song was starting to sound awful Bolshevik to me.
I have to say, though, that song is the type of fire content you get when you like and subscribe this podcast.
Can you like a podcast? I don't think you can.
I mean, you put it in your file, upload it up to your downbeat. I don't know. Do whatever you fucking want, kids.
Smash all those buttons.
What's happening behind me?
What is happening to my daughter?
Pixelated Dobby is really good.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of pixelated Gobby.
It's quite a treat to be seen there.
So sad.
Gobby,
Jesus.
the sack goblin.
Fucking. Hope Gabi doesn't die of having too many jokes. Jesus Christ. I was like, all right, bit time with Gabi. Oh, he's depressing.
Alex, this is one of those secret messages just for you. Alex, everyone's busy doing stuff, but I'm alone here just talking to myself. Alex. Alex. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this later.